Happy Tuesday, parents. This week's talk is a little bit different because it is not at all aimed at your child. I have not spoken with them about this topic. It is clearly and solely for you as parents. And it's centered on this simple question. Do you want your child following in your digital footsteps? I ask you this question because I think the answer is probably not. And because I know that your child is watching you. My children are watching me. How we behave with our screens is what becomes normal for our children. And is that what we want? Are we behaving the way we want our children to behave with their screens? When they're using a phone or a computer or a tablet, are they acting like us, and is it making us proud? If I reflect on my own behavior, I don't post negative things. I'm not making comments that I shouldn't. I'm very careful with the words that I use, but I don't set a good example with how much I look at my screens. And I use the excuse of, well, it's really important because it's work related. I just need to check this, or I just need to fix this. I just need to send this really quickly. And it's important to me. It's very true. But I can see that my children can then use that when they're teenagers as an excuse for also being on their screens all the time. It's important to them. That message is just as important to them as my work message is to me. So what's the difference? Am I setting a good example? Am I showing them how a healthy person uses screens? No, I could do better. Reflect this week. Are you showing up online in the way that you want your child to? Maybe you're not staring at a screen that much, but you're also writing things that maybe border on being rude or disrespectful. Maybe you're writing some things that you think are very necessary because you have to get your point across, or you have to tell someone something, but you're doing it in a way that you would not tolerate if it came from your child. Then don't write it yourself. The way that we communicate is also being mimicked by our children. If we are writing emails that are very demanding and rude and full of us picking at someone instead of working with someone, if we're posting things that are really one-sided or really disrespectful to certain groups, if we're making comments that are unnecessary and unkind, our kids are seeing that, and they're seeing it as normal. And whether we want them to or not, and whether they want to or not, this is what they are also going to do because it becomes the norm. So again, I'm going to ask you this week to really criticize your online presence. What are you posting? What are you sending? What are you writing? How much are you looking? This is so important for us to be able to lead by example and to show our children that our digital footprints should be followed. That we are the role models for them when they're using social media, email, any sort of internet communication. They're watching us. Let them see something positive. Have a great week.